Dr. Ellen Nickel here, certified holistic nutritionist here at the Energy Shack to give you truths that you need to know today about brain fog. Why is this happening so often? It seems that it's on the rise. Almost everybody that I speak to is having this brain fog, this lack of memory, forgetting things, going upstairs or going somewhere and be like, what was I doing here? What am I getting? Why is this happening? And why is this happening, in my opinion, so often and so much more often than ever before? Well, there are a few reasons why you could have this brain fog happening. It is no surprise that, in my opinion, brain fog is on the rise, but so are the coffee shops on every corner, and sometimes two on every corner. Caffeine, my friends, withdraws blood from the brain. So when you have a lack of blood supply to the brain, you definitely are going to experience brain fog. And that's what caffeine does. So it's not just your coffee, but green tea, white tea, black tea, of course coffee, and even chocolate. And believe it or not, the darker the chocolate, the higher the caffeine. So I know many people, and it's all over the place, that you should have dark chocolate. It's so good for you, flavonoids, antioxidants, all this great stuff. But the darker the chocolate, the more caffeine. So if you're eating a lot of dark chocolate, you can also be experiencing that brain fog, because with every ounce of caffeine you are having, you are losing blood from the brain. And the brain needs a lot of blood. You know what else the brain needs a lot of? Water. It needs tons of water. In fact, the body is about 60% water, but the brain is about 75% water. So if you are not drinking enough water, if you're not having enough fresh foods in your diet that have a lot of water in it, if your drinks of choice are not water all day long, then you could absolutely be experiencing brain dehydration, which absolutely results in brain fog. The other thing, the third thing, is that impaired digestion. So if your digestive system is burdened, maybe you have digestion issues, please contact us and we can do a consultation with you to fix that. But if you're having digestion issues, or maybe you ate a big meal, or maybe you had a lot of wheat, which is hard to digest, or just food that, is processed, or a takeout food, something that's very hard to digest. When the digestive system is taxed, the brain and the gut are absolutely connected. So then the brain is burdened with trying to help the digestive system, and then we're just like, we can't think straight, and we get a lot of brain fog. So check that as well. So the fourth thing is sugar, my friends. So sugar will actually rob your body of tons of water. And the reason being is that we only need a couple tablespoons of sugar in our diet, not from refined sugar, but from our natural fruit sugars and food sugars. Of course, glucose is created from all of our carbohydrates, even our beans, but your body only needs a certain amount of sugar every day. So when we have too much sugar, what does the body do? It has to flush it out. How does it flush it out? It is taking water with it as it goes. And so as the water leaves, of course, it's going to most likely come from that great supply that the brain has, and then you and I get a dehydrated brain again, and we have brain fog. So the fifth thing is sleep. When you and I do not get 7 to 9 hours of uninterrupted sleep every night, your nervous system is taxed. There is a major release of cortisol, which again is going to require a lot of water to flush that out. And believe it or not, you will just start forgetting things left, right, and center. Sleep is such an important factor for you and I to function properly and to have great cognitive skills. And so if you are not getting that sleep all the time, you are definitely going to enter into brain fog. And I will tell you something, that will, if you are constantly not getting sleep, your brain will start to rewire itself, and that, believe it or not, is one of the main reasons for Alzheimer's and dementia. You have to get sleep, folks. So now you know what's causing it. Drop that caffeine, get rid of the sugar, drink plenty of water, and get your sleep. But what can we do if we're experiencing that? We've made those changes. So of course, number one, definitely increase your water intake. Not with your meals, but between your meals, have water and only water. That should just be simply the drink of choice. Number 2, to help with brain fog, is that we need an increased oxygen supply to the brain. So what should we do? Do this. Go outside. Do lots of deep breathing twice a day. Breathe in, hold it, let that exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide to exchange. Breathe out fully. It's very important you do that back and forth about 5 or 6 times. It increases the oxygen supply to the blood, and the brain loves all of that oxygen. So the other thing that we have to do is we've got to not only sleep, but get to bed well before midnight. Even grown adults should be in bed by 10 p.m. every night, the absolute latest, because the closer we get to midnight, the more cortisol the body releases trying to keep us awake. And it just becomes a recipe for disaster. So you've got a lot to do. Shut it down at 10 o'clock, get up much earlier in the morning, do it in the morning rather than pushing it through the night. And I'll tell you, if you're trying these things, but you still need that extra push to get rid of that brain fog, there is a fantastic supplement that you can take that actually creates a lot of oxygen supply into the bloodstream to help fix this brain fog issue. And I'd like to share that with you in a second, but first of all, I just want to remind you, if you're having brain fog or any other issues, maybe you can't sleep at night, I want you to reach out to us. We do consultations, and we would love to do an assessment of your health and help you on the road to healing. And I would like to share this last supplement with you that may not be a cure, but it will certainly help, and almost immediately.